Virginia's governor is calling for a special session of his state's lawmakers to discuss gun control after last week's deadly mass shooting in Virginia Beach. Here to talk about this are Travis County Republican Party Communications Director Andy Hogue and Scruggs with Texas Gun Sense. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Andy, with a Democratic governor and a Republican-controlled General Assembly, how likely is it that this special session will accomplish anything?
I don't think it will accomplish much. I mean, if you look at the makeup of the Senate and the House, it's pretty narrow. It's about as narrow as Texas is Senate-wise, but in the House, it's a little bit of an edge. But I think with the Democratic governor, he can control the narrative, and they might compromise with some kind of piecemeal solution, maybe a ban on silencers or bump stocks, something to that effect. But I don't think enough to really statistically change anything in the long run.
Ed, could proposals such as limiting handgun purchases or temporarily seizing the guns of those who are a threat to themselves or others work on a national scale?
Oh, well, sure it can. I mean, the data so far that we have indicates that it could make an impact. But again, the trick is getting there, and it's getting through the political gridlock. Sometimes these incidents, when they occur, do inspire more people to talk. They'll probably talk about red flag laws. We call them extreme risk protective orders. So you can intervene when someone has made a threat and potentially hold their weapons for some time. That might be something that they'll discuss in Virginia. It is passed, I believe, in 15 or 16 states now. So I would expect something along that line, nothing major to pass, again, because they're closely divided there in Virginia. But even if you don't pass anything, having the discussion is a very positive thing because it gets people thinking and talking about solutions.
You know, these mass shootings keep happening, and then the discussion of gun control comes up. Andy, what is the best proposal for gun control that you've heard or know about?
No gun control. Let's face it, I think having good guys with a gun, I know it's kind of like the show lately, but having that is a great deterrent toward crime. I'm going to say maybe 90%, last stat I read, it could be lower or higher, but an overwhelming majority of mass shootings happen in gun-free. We can look at Chicago, for example, one of the strictest gun law areas in the whole entire nation, and it's not making much of a difference. So I don't think more gun control is the answer. I think we're seeing an uptick in violence for social reasons, moral reasons, all kinds of other reasons than just guns. We can't blame guns alone. There's a moral problem in this country, and that's probably another subject for another time.
Ed, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, obviously, in a nation where there are more than 300 million guns, it's pretty easy to commit a crime with a gun if you want to. It's not quite so simple. Very simple common sense measures, universal background checks, again, red flag laws, possibly licensing laws, things of that nature that respect people's rights to own and even carry a gun, but also make sure that those guns don't get into the wrong hands. Overwhelming majority of Americans support laws like that, and I'm convinced we'll see that. We just keep up the conversation.
Okay, yeah. And we'll see what Virginia comes up with their special session. All right, we are out of time, but Ed, Andy, thank you both for coming in and sharing your perspectives with us tonight.